At the close of trading on the 17th of June 2021, Geron Inc. set a mid-stage trial of its drug candidate imetelstat showed clinical benefits in symptom response rates with an acceptable safety profile in relapsed or refractory myelofibrosis, a type of bone marrow cancer. The results with biomarker and bone marrow assessments pointing to sedative effects on the malignant clone were published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology. The drug maker said it's looking forward to confirming the results in its ongoing late stage trial, and we definitely know that the stock closed up at roughly 30%. At some point it was even higher than that during the session of the 18th of June 2021, and we have it that it has a market edge rating here, which is a long price. Obviously crossed above the 50-day and the 200-day moving average, so you believe that this stock is also trading options as well. It's a well-known stock. It's quite well known. It's been around since 1990. It was established in 1990, and even though it's trading at just roughly $1.8, it does, like I said before, it does trade options. And if it is trading options, that means, amongst many things, that a lot of institutional investors are involved in the stock. Yes, they are. They indeed very much involved in the stock. If you look in the description box below, you see the sort of companies that have positions in this company. So it's been relatively quiet of late. So in recent months, I guess, because we haven't really heard about them before. We have to admit. So moving down, you can see it has a market cap of $583 million, 318 million shares outstanding, and you can see some of the oscillators here are all looking up. Their slopes are very much positive. The unbalanced volume indicator definitely has a positive slope. MACD is above zero and rising, but it seems the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is declining, but it may also be rising as well. Momentum is strong and improving. MACD above the signal line and rising. The analysis, as it concerns this trend, it's that it's showing strength within a longer term bearish trend. We can see that the 200-day moving average, which is the longer term moving average, which can also represent the trend in some sense, is declining. Yes, so it is showing strength within a longer term bearish trend. Its MACD is above the signal line, and shares are presently 7.2% above the 200-day moving average. Is it 7.2% above it? Okay, I think it's way more than that. It's way more than 7.2% above that. So however, that moving average is declining, implying that caution is still warranted. It's outperforming the S&P 500. Momentum for Geron is strongly bullish. The 14-period stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. The volume for that session was heavier than usual, trading 348.26 million shares versus an average of 4.236 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So buyers are presently more active than sellers. So the unbalanced volume indicator and the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator are in unison. They are confirming that more and more market participants have gotten involved with this stock. A lot of volumes have traded more than 10 times, I believe, or something like that. Something more than 10 times, I think. So moving on, we can see, if you don't mind, we have to just correct ourselves. More than 10 times, as a matter of, more than, close to 80 times, I would say, close to 80 times. So moving on, that's a very high amount of volume in one session. So there's a good chance that with giving this extension, that the people who got involved in this extension might take their money off the table in the coming sessions. So at the same time, we have also seen that this is not the highest the stock has ever actually traded in the last 1 year. So you need to balance all of that out. Usually when you have a very high volume in a session, there's a good chance people who participated are just there strictly to make money out of the trend and exit the stock. So you have to bear that in mind. But at the same time, the fact that this is not the highest it has traded of late, or rather since this year, might also give you some confidence that it might continue to extend further. So another thing is that this is also, it's a biotech stock. They are highly volatile, really volatile, and the best opportunity to buy them historically is when they have retraced significantly. We can see this sometime in May. It was trading at 1.25. That was by far the best time, and indeed market participants got involved. The trend from there, you can see that the trend is a bullish one, as an upward one. So even though it's what the trend is, it's already has already happened. But all in all, I will just say that the volume, the exceptionally high volume, and the fact that it has run up this huge amount of extension in one session, about 30%, and also the fact that it is a biotech stock, warrants us to say that you have to be really cautious. If you think this extension is a positive signal, a bullish signal, and it is enough reason for you to get involved, by all means do so. But just be very cautious, be ready, and be ready, be prepared, because there's a good chance it will definitely retrace and extend again. So it has that history written all over it, extending and retracing. So this is by far very likely to happen, especially with this exceptionally high volume it recorded during this last session. So decide what you're going to do with Geron. It's also a penny stock as well. That is also not a huge attraction, so you have to be really careful with how you're going about it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.